بيفكرونا زيهم، احنا بنحب الموت وهم بيكرهوه. ولتجدنهم احرص الناس على حياه، اي حياه، حياه الزباله مستعد يقبلها، لا بننخاف ولا بنخاف منهم. هذه لعبه هم مش قدها وسيدفعوا ثمنها ان شاء الله تعالى. طيب مدببات وطيارات وصواريخ، لكن بنملك قنابل بشريه اقوى منهم. احنا اقوى منهم وسننتصر ان شاء الله.
Are you afraid to die? It's death, either by killing or by cancer. The same thing. We are all waiting for the last day of our life. Nothing will be changed if it is by Apache or by cardiac arrest. I prefer to be by Apache.
والحمد لله أنه قتل على يد إخوان القردة والخنازير قتلة الأنبياء والرسل عليهم الصلاة والسلام. هو أدى ما عليه، هو وشيخه أحمد ياسين رحمهم الله.
يريدون معركة نحن أهلها، يريدون حربا نحن بنوها، يريدون صراعا نحن مع الصراع حتى آخر لحظة. نحن أطول نفسا. إسرائيل بإذن الله ستهزم، سنهزمها إن شاء الله.
Khaled Mishal moved into the top leadership position of Hamas in 2004 after its founder Sheikh Yassin had been assassinated on the orders of Israeli leader Ariel Sharon. Just a few days after that, Yassin's successor Abdelaziz al-Rantisi was also killed. Mishal had been in exile since the Arab-Israeli War of 1967. Mishal was 31 when Hamas was founded in 1987. Yassin, within the Muslim Brotherhood, was a key proponent calling for the destruction of Israel and of setting up an Islamic state in all of ancestral Palestinian territory. He differed in this way from the head of the PLO, Yasser Arafat. Hamas had religious roots in social help and community building and was non-violent, but with the first Intifada uprising against Israeli domination, the movement radicalized rapidly. One event in particular galvanized that. The Oslo Accord was signed in Washington in 1993 by Arafat and then Israeli Prime Minister Yitzhak Rabin, the first such Israeli-Palestinian peace agreement. Hamas still rejects Oslo and a right of existence for the State of Israel today. In the months that followed came the first Hamas suicide bomb attack on a bus near a Jewish settlement in the West Bank. 7 Israeli soldiers were killed. Many more such bombings were to come. Yassin's death in 2004 marked another turning point. The change of direction entailed a different strategy in the movement, which was surging ahead politically. In legislative elections in January 2006, Hamas won the majority of votes from the Fatah movement. The national unity government that came out of this was short-lived.
Let's start with a Fox News alert this hour. There are heavy gun battles rocking the Gaza Strip. These are 2 Palestinian rival groups that have been going toe-to-toe with one another for several weeks now, and there is fear in the region that this could lead to a wider civil war.
Well, the very latest right now, Bill, is that we've got reports of explosions coming from the Gaza home of the Palestinian president Mahmoud Abbas. He's not there. He's in the West Bank. But what this shows is that no one is immune from this violence, and the violence is not just contained to the Gaza Strip. A short time ago, we got reports that the Deputy Transportation Minister, Fadi Shabana, was kidnapped from his offices in Ramallah in the West Bank. Now, in the Gaza Strip itself, most of the video that we are seeing coming out at this point is of these scenes of chaotic street funerals repeated over and over again as Hamas and Fatah are burying their dead. Hamas got on local radio and on the loudspeakers in the mosques, called Fatah members Zionist collaborators, and demanded that Palestinian security forces, dominated by Fatah, evacuate their posts in the Gaza Strip. We now know that some of the posts in the northern end of the Gaza Strip and the center of the Gaza Strip in the town of Khan Yunis have been taken over by Hamas. We also have reports that Hamas is firing mortars at a police compound in northern Gaza. They have the compound surrounded. Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas from the Fatah party responded with a public comment that Hamas was staging a military coup to seize control not only of the government but of the security forces in the Gaza Strip. A Fatah militant leader in the West Bank said if Hamas goes ahead and takes the security post by force, Fatah will respond by killing Hamas leaders in the West Bank. A short time later, we saw the kidnapping of the deputy transportation minister. 3 times now, fire has been aimed at the Prime Minister Ismail Haniyeh, who is with the Hamas party. This morning, his home was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade, the second time it was hit in 48 hours. Also yesterday, the cabinet ministries were shot up while Haniyeh was inside. The shots have all been from far away. No injuries have resulted.
I'm stressing this because it's important to understand one simple point. There is no moral symmetry. There is no moral equivalence between Israel and the terrorist organizations in Gaza.
That Hamas, the terrorist group, Hezbollah, Islamic Jihad, do you believe that they are terrorist groups? Do you support Hamas?
Yes.
Do you support Hezbollah?
Yes.
Do you support Islamic Jihad?
Yes.
وقد رأينا بفضل الله ثمرات المقاومة الباسلة على أرض غزة، مع أنهم لا يملكون أي شيء. صواريخ بومب، ماشي يا عم، صواريخ بومب، لا يملكون أي شيء، ومع ذلك صمدوا وهزم اليهود حتى بالمفهوم العسكري يا أخي. ما حققوا شيئا من الأهداف الموضوعة لهذه الحرب الظالمة، ما حققوا أي شيء، أي شيء.
حماس عز الأمة، حماس شرف الأمة، حماس رأس الحربة في الصراع مع العدو الصهيوني. قلب الأمة فلسطين ضايع. جماعة أبو مازن وأمثال هؤلاء من أيام أوسلو إلى اليوم ما عملوا لنا شيء. ما في أمل إلا بهؤلاء.
هناك فرق كبير. الرئيس أبو مازن وهو أعلى سلطة في الضفة الغربية يتحدث بشكل واضح جدا أنه مع المقاومة السلمية وأنه ضد المقاومة الشاملة ضد الاحتلال الإسرائيلي. وفي كثير من الأحيان المستويات الأمنية والسياسية الفلسطينية يعني ذهبت إلى أبعد من ذلك، إلى تجريم اقتناء السلاح، سلاح المقاومة في الضفة الغربية. الوضع هنا مختلف. نحن نتكلم هنا عن المقاومة كخيار استراتيجي، نتكلم عن حق فصائل المقاومة بأن تمتلك كل أدوات ووسائل المقاومة، نتكلم عن شرعية سلاح المقاومة، نتكلم عن الإدارة وفق المقتضيات اللي احنا حكيناها، تراعي ظروف الناس، أحوال الناس، حتى ظروف غزة. أصبحت غزة اليوم لا يوجد هناك احتلال داخل غزة. أنت لست في عملية مقاومة يومية ومشاغلة يومية مع قوات احتلال مثلا أو مع مستوطنين. غزة تم تحريرها من الاحتلال الإسرائيلي، لا يوجد هناك أي تواجد عسكري أو استيطاني داخل قطاع غزة، على خلاف الضفة الغربية. المستوطنون، القوات الإسرائيلية، الاجتياحات الإسرائيلية.